Hey, Facebook. I'm here for Thirsty Thursday, and I'm doing something different this week. I am popping on here during the day instead of at night. So I don't have booze because it's 11 a.m. where I am. I was like, I don't really want to drink this early, so I'm not going to. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully that's not why everybody watches these videos, is to watch me drink alcohol anyway. So today I want to talk about, what am I talking about? Today, why no one is buying your stuff is what I want to talk about today. Hey, Megan. So let me get everything pulled up in the group and pulled up on my phone so I can see stuff easily, and we'll give everybody a chance to hop on because I saw a lot of people RSVP'd today, so I'm hoping these daytime ones are gonna be a little bit better. I know, especially since school started, for everybody that has all the little kids, I know it's probably a lot easier to do these during the day. So we'll see how it goes. So let me know if you like doing them during the day or if you liked the nighttime ones better, and we'll figure out a good time. But I'm excited for this one. So there's that. Make sure you always say hi, and when you come on, when you get here. Yay! Megan says hi. Hi, Megan. Okay, let me share this. I want to share it too. I'm trying some new things because I don't know how closely you guys follow Facebook algorithms and stuff, but they change all the time and it gets harder and harder for people to see your stuff. So I'm trying to share this in as many places as I can to give everybody a chance to see it. So, okay. Here we are. I'm shared. I got comments pulled up so I can see what's happening. Hi, Tanya. Everybody always say hi when you get here, so I know that you're here, okay? Cool. So, what I want to talk about today is the number one reason that people aren't saying yes and why people aren't buying your stuff. So, as always, put in questions, any questions that you have as we go. But our friend Jillian pointed out in the event that the real number one reason that people don't say yes is because you're not making any offers. And I know I've struggled with that in the past too. You have to actually tell people about your thing and share what you're doing if you want people to say yes in the first place. So we'll leave that kind of as a precursor to all this stuff. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Caitlin. Say hi when you get here so I know that you're here. But I did see your name pop up for a second. So hi. But yeah. So just kind of as a precursor before I dive into the deeper stuff, you have to share your things. Nobody knows what you're doing unless you tell them, especially in online business. It's so much easier to, tell random people that you meet or, people in your actual life. You pretty much know what all of your friends and all of your family do for a living, right? But online, no one knows what you do unless you tell them. So you have to actually share your stuff. And I know that's scary and it's hard, especially at first. And still, when I have new things, sometimes I'm still I don't know if I'm ready to share this yet, but you got to just do it. So if you are struggling with that part of it, go find the Spotlight Sunday from a few weeks ago with Heather Hartman. It was all about visibility and how to confidently get yourself out there. So if that's your issue, go back and watch that one. But moving past that, what I the main topic of today was the number one reason why people are not saying yes right away. So drink water real quick. I always talk so much on these things that I'm oh, I can't breathe. I need some water. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit. But okay, number one reason that people don't say yes to you on a call or when you email an offer or something like that, the number one reason is that they do not understand the value of what you're offering them, okay? So you are not clearly articulating the value. So a lot of times I'll see stuff on people's websites or in emails or wherever it is that you are sharing your offer, but how many times have you been to a website? Let's use a graphic designer for an example, just because that's what I used to do. That's the easiest example for me. You go on their website, it has some stuff on a homepage, and then you hop over to their services page, and it's just a bullet point list of all the shit they can do, logos, websites, or whatever. Or if you're a party planner or something, and you have your services, and it's like wedding showers, bridal showers, those are the same thing. Are they wedding showers and bridal showers? Are those the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, just like a list of the different types of parties or whatever. But if you think about like why your ideal client would want to work with you in the first place, you have to like articulate the value of why they would come to you. They don't really care how you do what you do, and they don't really care necessarily what you call it. They care what they're going to get out of it. So when you are talking about your offer, you have to make them see that value straight away. Like, you have to be able to articulate it in the language that they use. So for example, like I was actually just talking about this yesterday with somebody, but we were, I'm going to an event in September, and I was talking about my business cards, and I didn't want to have just like normal business cards that have, you know, a list of my name and my title and my phone number and stuff. I wanted to like show who I am and what I do. So it says like, I'm Brooke Lawson. I'm a brand strategist. I help entrepreneurs, or I help service-based entrepreneurs who want to use their personality to stand out and quit being fake and attract their ideal clients, or something like that. Like, people don't come to me because they want brand strategy. Like, no one's sitting at home, they're like, man, I need some brand strategy today. Like, I need to know how to attract my ideal clients. That's what they're thinking. And they're thinking, I need to know how to like put myself out there without feeling fake and scammy and sleazy and weird. Like, so using the specific language that they use is super, super important. And the second part of that is talking about the benefit to them. So instead of saying, I design websites, or I plan parties, or I take pictures of babies, like, instead of saying what you do, say why they should care and why it's important to them. Like, I design websites that convert at higher rates to, sorry, there's a fly in here, it's driving me nuts. So I design websites that convert at a higher rate to make you more sales, or I plan parties who make you look like a freaking rock star and all your friends are super jealous of you. Like, it depends on who your ideal client is so you have to like do all of that research first. And if you're new to this group, which I know a couple people in here are brand new, I talk about this all the freaking time. So I'm sure you'll get sick of hearing, do your ideal client research, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again because it is so important. Because to figure out what specific words you need to use, you have to know who you're talking to. So once you know that, then figure out those words that they would use and say them. That's seriously the easiest way to get more people to say yes, because that is the number one problem, is that they're like, oh yeah, they do websites, so does everybody else. Like, how are they going to pick you over somebody else who does websites? Or how are they going to pick you over another party planner or another coach or another whatever it is, unless you tell them what they're going to get out of it and what the benefit is. So doing that straight up front gives you an advantage from all the other people who just say, oh, I'm a coach or a party planner or a website designer or whatever it is. Everybody has all the same exact thing listed on their website. So your ideal client is like, well, I don't know who to reach out to, because none of them, I mean, they all could probably do it. So how do I pick one? Like, give them a reason to pick you immediately. Like, don't wait until you have to like get them on a sales call or get them on the phone. You want to convince them of your value immediately, right then. Does that make sense? Everybody let me know if that makes sense, or if you think I'm crazy, or if you have any questions. Let me go through and read what we got here. Hi everyone. Tanya says, people don't buy what you do, they buy who you are, and sometimes why you do it. Yeah, so one of the in my nurture email sequence, like after you take my quiz, you get the like that 5-part thing. There's like a little hidden thing in there. It's not really hidden, but it's a link. You only get it if you click on it. But it's the Simon Sinek video. It's like, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And that's like a huge part of it. And also Tanya's right, like they buy who you are. Like, people want to do business with other people. Like, we want human connection. We want to work with people who understand who we are and just get it, like get our mission and get what we're trying to do. So if you talk to them and tell them, hey, I'm your person. I'm the one who gets it. I know exactly where you are. I know exactly what's going on in your head. I know what you're thinking. Then they're going to be like, dude, why would I not pick this person? As opposed to somebody who, yeah, they can do websites, but they don't know exactly what I need. Does that make sense? Tanya says, tell them a story where they are the main character. Yeah, Tanya's all about stories. I'm so glad you're here, Tanya, too. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm so glad to see you back in here. Maybe it's because it's daytime, I don't know. Or maybe you just, I don't know. You're writing your book, right? Your third book. So Tanya's an author, for everyone that doesn't know. So she's all about story and telling good stories. So it's awesome. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep these videos short and sweet. Like, we all got lots of shit to do. I know that, trust me. So I want to keep these like really short, actionable strategies, like short and sweet. So problem, you're not articulating the value clearly. They don't see value in your bullet pointed list of what you can offer them. So solution, talk about the benefit of what it is. Instead of saying, I design websites, say, I design websites that are attractive to your ideal clients and help you make more sales. And that's still, even that sentence right there is still super generic. Like, figure out what your specific client's goal is and tell them how you're going to solve it. That's really it. That's my short and sweet tip for for Thirsty Thursday today. Okay, yeah, Tanya's writing her book. Well, cool. So let me know if you have any questions about that, or if you have any like specific situations that you want to talk about or like get feedback on. Even if you're watching the replay, like later if you watch the replay too, let me know if you have any questions. And I was going to say Spotlight Sunday. This week is going to be Evie. Evie is coming in, and she's a mindset strategist. And we're going to talk about resilience, like how to be resilient and power through stuff in your business when it doesn't always go your way. So that one's going to be really good for Spotlight Sunday this week. Head on back over for that. And what do we got up here? Megan. So how do you articulate your value without sounding canned, even if you're using someone else's words? Yeah, that's a really good question, Megan, because like this isn't like some crazy new thing that I'm talking about here. You know, like most people will tell you, figure out who your ideal client is and speak in their language. And that's where the stuff comes in where I just said a second ago, like even saying I help you attract more leads and more qualified leads, that still sounds canned. You know, like that still sounds fake and boring. So that's where the pulling in like your brand archetype stuff, you're putting your personality in it as well. So the other side of this that I didn't really talk about today is always putting your personality and your spin on everything, because hopefully nobody gets offended by this, but no matter what you do, somebody else out there is going to do the exact same thing. And I'm like a firm believer in there's no such thing as competition. So there's no such thing as competition, because even if I'm doing the same thing as 15 other people, no one is doing it the same way as me. And nobody has my experience, perspective, and will teach it the same way that I do. So that's another thing that you have to make clear up front. So when you're like, how you make it not sound canned, Megan, would be like putting personal stories and experiences of yours and in your language and how you talk into your copy and into your messaging when you're talking to people. That way they can also get to know you, and they'll see, yeah, whatever you're doing is different. They'll see the value in the specific words, but they'll also see the value in you as a person and how you handle things differently than other people. So hopefully that answers that question. So Tammy, I'm working on this. It's hard for a realtor. Yeah, it's hard for it's hard for a realtor. Yeah, it's hard for everybody though. In reality, like it's so easy to talk about someone else's business, and like outside looking in, it's so easy for me to be like, oh, Megan, you should do this. Tanya, you should do this. And, you know, taking that language. But sometimes it's really hard to just like get out of your own head, you know, like it's taken me forever to like really focus in and narrow down what I want my core message to be. Because I talk about personality a lot, and I talk about like not being fake, and I talk about attracting your ideal clients. So keeping that message really clear and concise, and still articulating the value and still putting your personality in it, it's not it's not easy. It's really not. It's simple. Like it's very simple. Like, oh, you just do this. Oh, you just do this. But it's not easy to get there. Like it takes work. It really does. So it takes a lot of like dig really, really deep and figure out first, you do your ideal client research. You want to get in their heads, right? But before that step, even like you do your ideal client research for you. Like, who do I actually want to work with, first of all? Because the truth is that all of this stuff, everything I talk about in this group, but specifically like articulating value, all of it is going to sound canned. All of it's going to sound fake if you are not convinced of it yourself. Like if you're not sold on whatever if you're not super passionate, if you're not convinced that you can help them, then it's going to sound fake. And if you're not, if you don't actually want to work with the type of client that you're talking to, like for me, when I did freelance design at first, like I would get referrals because of what I had been doing to like other corporate places to like do corporate design. And like I'd submit proposals and I'm just like, yeah, here's what I can do. Like, but I didn't really want to be doing that, So that's like pre step. Like make sure your offer, like whatever you're offering is like a no-brainer, because the way that you talk about it, you're just like, oh my gosh, why would you not buy this? Like this is going to change your life. You should feel that way about your offer. If you don't, work on that first and then figure out how to articulate the value of it. So hopefully that makes sense. How about I help successful rock star entrepreneurs buy their dream homes all over the world. I love that. Rock star entrepreneurs. So I like that it has the personality in there. The only thing that I could suggest that might make that a little bit better is like talk about a pain point in there too. So like, what are they struggling with? Like, why do they need help in the first place? Yeah, they need to find their home, but are they like struggling with being overwhelmed with the process? And like most realtors don't solve that problem. Or like for mine, I talk about they don't want, like I help service-based entrepreneurs who are sick and tired of looking and sounding exactly like everyone else. And then I help them to attract, use their personality to attract their ideal clients. So if you can get that pain point in there somewhere too. And again, this depends on where you're putting it. Like on your website, you obviously have a little bit more room you still want to be clear and concise, but you have a little bit more room to elaborate. Whereas, like on a business card or on like your Instagram bio where you're limited on characters, something that's shorter like that is perfect. But anywhere that you can get in that pain point and really hit on that a little bit more, that's gonna help too. Yay, Megan, I'm glad that answered. Hey, Jillian. I was talking about you at the beginning, Jillian, about how you said really the number one step is you have to share your offers. So that is like the precursor. So hopefully everything that we've said today, hopefully it makes sense to you. So I'll try to recap and remember everything that we touched on. So to get people to say yes, you have to clearly articulate the value of what you're doing. You have to talk about the benefit to them, why they should care, not just a list of services. You have to use their language, and to make it not sound fake and sound real. And you have to be like totally 100% on board with your offer and like in love with what you're selling, and you're convinced that it's going to just change their life forever. You have to love it that much or they're going to be able to tell. Yeah. And put your personality into it. So use words that they understand. And what I really mean by that is not necessarily it has to be a word that comes out of their mouth. Like I say badass all the time. A lot of people don't use that word, but they can still be my ideal client. So it's not necessarily words that they use in their everyday language. It's really just avoiding words that they wouldn't use. Like jargon is, saying like, for me to say like innovative marketing strategies to attract potential clients and like just corporate-y bleh, like avoid that stuff. So speak their language without, you don't have to, it's not like you have to make up, your own little brand words or anything, but it is really important to get your personality in there too. So when I say badass, like you get like the feel for my personality a little bit more, And even if that's not a word that they would use all the time, they might still be attracted to that type of business. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So cool. So that's my recap. If you have any questions, now's the time. And again, I'm going to talk about Spotlight Sunday again real quick because you need to come back on Sunday. It's going to be really good with Evie. And I'm really excited for this one. I'm excited for all of them, but this one's going to be good too. And then I think the next week after that is Megan's, and I'm really excited for Megan's too. Megan's a CPA, and she's going to teach us how to keep the IRS off of our ass, and it's going to be so good. Okay, Jillian says, I use language that energy healers know and use, but my dream clients should use them as well. Yeah. So that's for every industry, there's like different jargon, and that's where that ideal client research comes in. So if it's a word that is important to your industry, like energy healers, I know there's a lot of terminology that's not common knowledge, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it at all. It just means you have to attract them first with what they understand, and then kind of re-educate them a little bit and teach them that stuff, because it's like you want to train them to be where you want them to be. So a perfect example is for anybody that's taken my archetype quiz. Like my potential or my ideal client knows what they need, but they don't necessarily always know how to get it. Like they know what the end goal that they want. They want to have like clients that they love, that they want to work with, and they don't want to feel fake and slimy and gross. That's what they want, but they don't necessarily know I need brand strategy to get there. Does that make sense? They know that they need a logo or a website or something to do with their personality in there, but they don't necessarily know what to Google to figure out how to get it. So I made the quiz because that's something really easy. When you read that, you're like, ooh, I need that. How to get more personality into my brand. They take the quiz. It's super fun. I think everybody that's on here, I think you have all taken the quiz, so you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, the quiz is super fun. You do it, but then those emails that go out after it, it's kind of like re-education a little bit. Like, okay, this was really fun. Now to apply it, let's talk about brand strategy and why you should care and why that's important. So going through and talking about each step of that process in that email sequence. So at the end of it, by the time you get to the end, you're like, okay, I know exactly what this is. And you know, hell yes, this is exactly what I need. Or no, that's not really what I need. Maybe I need something else over here. But just kind of re-educating them a little bit. If you are in an industry like yours, Jillian, where you do have very specific things that you do and unique terminology. So you can still use it, just not right at first. Like when you're first attracting them, like bring them in, let them get to know you, and then kind of teach them that stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. You signed up for Evie's 5-day challenge. Ooh, cool. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it goes. I haven't done it. I haven't done her 5-day challenge, but I've heard her talk about it, and I know she's really excited about it, so it should be good. Yay, Megan. Yeah, everybody come back for Megan's too. I'm really excited for that one because, not gonna lie, like taxes have always scared the crap out of me. Like, I'm so scared of that. So, and Megan's like the perfect person. So, it's gonna be good. Yay, thank you, Tanya. You love the quiz and learned so much. That was my goal. And like I said earlier, so many people will do the same thing as you, no matter what industry you're in. Like, I am not even close to the first person who's talked about brand archetypes. There are so many other brand strategists that use archetypes, but not in the same way that I do. You know, like my quiz is totally different from everyone else's quiz. So it's just about taking your thing and mixing in your stories and your experience and your style of teaching, and the right people will come to you. It really is as simple as that. It's not easy, but it's simple. Can you put the quiz link in? I don't think I've done your quiz. Yeah, I'll put it in. Actually, I think I have a shortcut on my keyboard. I have like a keyboard shortcut thing. So where I just like push one button and it goes in. It's pretty cool because I like share it everywhere all the time because I love my quiz. So I just put the link in, Jillian. You're excited for the challenge? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Evie to come in and talk to us too. And I think she'll talk a little bit more about the challenge when she comes in on Sunday. So it'll be good. Yeah, I am fast. Like it's like Keyboard Maestro, I think is what it's called. And you can set up all kinds of shortcuts. So I just like push a button and it just goes in. It's pretty awesome. Automation and efficiency. If you don't know me very well yet, you will learn. I'm all about automation and efficiency. So, practicing what I preach, guys. Well, cool. Well, so that's all I have for today, unless anyone has any more questions. And if you do, if you're watching the replay, whatever, any questions later, if you think of something later, come back and put them in and I will answer them. Cool? So I hope to see all of you on Sunday. And everybody enjoy your Thursday. Oh, let me know too if you like this daytime thing better. I think I kind of like the daytime thing better. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm also really sad because my hair is legit like purple, but you can't. It just looks black in here. You can't tell. I need to like put the light closer to me so it like lights it up, but it's full on purple, and I'm really excited about it. You can see it on my Instagram a little bit. I did have an Instagram story, but I think it already disappeared. But anyway, I'm pretty excited about my purple hair. Random, I know, but it's fun. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good day.